All right, so have you ever felt like your English conversation skills could use a little boost?
Like maybe you've got a big event coming up and you're feeling a bit rusty.
Well, you are in luck because today we are diving deep into 50 killer small talk questions.
That will not only help you sound more confident, but also...
Make some genuine connections along the way.
Exactly. And so many people kind of dismiss small talk as being superficial,
Right.
but it's really the first step towards building
Yeah.
meaningful relationships. It's all about finding that common ground, piquing someone's curiosity.
I like that, piquing someone's curiosity.
Yeah, and you never know, you might even spark a new friendship.
Yeah, that's a great point. I've always wondered, is there a strategy
Oh, absolutely.
to make small talk feel less, well, small?
There is, and instead of just kind of rattling off random questions, think about it in 3 stages. Openers, deepeners, and connectors.
Okay, I like this already.
Right, so openers are those initial icebreakers, just to kind of get the conversation going. Deepeners help you delve a little further, and then connectors are those magical phrases that link the conversation back to something you've already talked about.
Okay, I'm loving these terms already. Openers, deepeners, connectors.
Right.
So where do we start with this?
Okay, let's picture this.
Okay.
You've just arrived at a conference.
Okay.
You're grabbing a coffee.
Yep.
You spot someone who looks interesting. A great opener could be, do you know of any hidden gems around here?
Ooh, that's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's a subtle way to tap into local knowledge
Yeah.
and show that you're interested in exploring beyond the usual tourist traps.
It's like you're getting a secret key to the city from someone.
Exactly. You're in the know.
Yes.
Now, if you want to take it a step further, you could use a deepener like, has the pandemic affected your travel plans at all?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
Because everybody has a story about that.
Exactly. And it opens up a space for sharing experiences.
Yes.
And maybe even empathizing with the challenges.
Yes. Right. Kind of gets you away from that very surface level small talk.
Exactly.
Yeah. And into something that's a little bit more meaty.
More meaningful. Yeah.
Yeah. What if you want to shift gears to something a little more career focused?
Ooh. Okay.
I know a lot of our listeners are really eager to improve their work-related English.
Yes. Let's tackle that then.
Okay.
So instead of that typical, what do you do?
Right. Which can be a little stale.
You can feel a bit stale.
Yeah.
Why not try an opener like, what's the best or worst career advice you ever got?
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Because everybody has a story about that.
Everyone has a story, and you'll get people laughing.
Yes. Especially if they have a good, bad boss anecdote.
Oh, yes.
That's
an instant icebreaker.
instant connection.
Exactly. And if you want to dig a little deeper into someone's passions, you could use a deepener like, if you were guaranteed success, what job would you have?
Ooh,
Right?
that's good.
This taps into their aspirations and reveals what truly motivates them.
I feel like I am getting so many good nuggets here.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. And remember, the key is to approach these questions with genuine curiosity.
Right.
It's not about ticking boxes or following a script.
Right.
It's about connecting with another human being.
Yes. That's such a good point. And I think sometimes we forget that.
We do. It's
Yeah.
about sparking that interest and keeping the conversation flowing, And we've talked about conferences and networking, but what about everyday situations? Like, imagine you're at a party
Okay.
and you find yourself standing next to someone you don't know.
This is my biggest fear.
What's your move?
Honestly, I feel like I always just freeze up.
I get it. Parties can be a bit daunting.
Yeah.
But a simple opener, like, so how do you know host's name, can be a lifesaver.
Oh, that's true.
It just establishes a common connection and gives you that starting point.
So you're not just coming out of nowhere.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, you went to school with them? What did you study? See, now we're talking?
Exactly. You're off and running.
And if I'm feeling really brave, maybe I'll throw in a deepener.
Okay, go for it.
How about, what's your best tip for figuring out small talk these days?
I love that.
Like, is there something, I don't know.
It's a playful way to acknowledge the awkwardness
Right.
and learn from others' experiences.
That is brilliant.
And, sometimes the most unexpected topics can lead to the best conversations.
Okay, where are we going now?
Don't underestimate the power of a well-placed weather comment.
Are we talking about the classic nice day, huh?
We are, but instead of just stating the obvious, why not try something like, did you bring the sunshine with you?
Oh, I like that.
Right.
That's playful.
It is, and it sets a positive tone.
I wish I did. I left a blizzard back home.
Exactly. Or if you want to be a bit more mischievous, you could try, do you trust the weather forecast today? They said rain, but it looks pretty clear to me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because who really trusts the weather forecast?
Exactly.
We all have our own opinions about that.
We bond over our shared distrust.
That's good.
Okay.
So we've covered parties, conferences, what if we want to talk about something a little bit more serious?
Okay.
Like current events, I know a lot of our listeners are interested in discussing global issues in English.
Yes.
But they're worried about saying the wrong thing or accidentally offending someone.
It's a great point, and it's a topic that definitely requires some sensitivity.
For sure.
The key here is to approach it with genuine curiosity and respect for different perspectives.
Right.
So instead of launching into a debate,
Yeah.
start by simply expressing your own reaction to a news item.
Okay.
You could say something like, I read about insert news item this morning and found it quite thought-provoking. Have you heard about it?
Okay, so you're not necessarily saying, this is what I think about it.
Exactly. You're not stating an opinion.
Right.
You're just inviting a conversation.
That's a much safer way to start.
And if they haven't heard about it, you can briefly summarize the main points and then ask, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I like that.
Keep the conversation open-ended.
Yeah, so it feels balanced.
Exactly. But what if you encounter someone with very strong opinions?
Uh-oh.
Especially on those more controversial topics. How do you navigate that without getting dragged into a debate?
Yeah, that could get sticky.
That's where those active listening skills come in handy.
Okay.
So instead of immediately jumping in with your own viewpoint,
Right.
try to understand where they're coming from.
Sure.
You could say something like, that's an interesting perspective. Can you tell me more about why you feel that way?
Oh, that's good. Because it shows that you're listening.
You are listening.
Yeah, and you want to understand their side.
Exactly. Even if you completely disagree with their stance, you can still acknowledge their right to have that opinion.
How would I do that?
You might say, I appreciate you sharing your perspective with me. It's given me a lot to think about.
Well, that's good because it ends the conversation.
It does.
Yeah, but also in a way that's respectful.
Exactly.
Okay, so much good stuff here. I feel like we could go on forever, but we do need to wrap it up.
I know there's so much more to explore.
Okay, well, so we've explored all these different scenarios, conferences, parties, even the weather. Is there like a common thread that makes any small talk question a winner?
You know what's really fascinating is that regardless of the topic, the most effective questions tap into shared experiences.
Oh, okay.
Those moments of me too that spark a connection.
Okay.
So think about it. You know, when someone shares a funny story about bad career advice, we instantly relate because we've all been there.
We've all had that terrible boss.
Exactly. And it creates a sense of camaraderie.
Yeah, even with people you've just met.
Exactly. And when we ask questions that invite those shared experiences, it transforms small talk from a chore into a genuine opportunity for connection.
Like,
Remember those deepeners we talked about?
Yep.
Questions like, has the pandemic affected your travel plans? Or what's your best tip for figuring out small talk these days?
right.
These invite people to open up about their personal experiences and connect on a deeper level.
Yeah. That makes me think about those questions we discussed for navigating current events.
Yes.
Finding that balance between expressing interest and avoiding a heated debate.
Absolutely crucial in those situations.
Yeah.
It's about fostering understanding, not winning an argument.
Right.
So if someone expresses a strong opinion, instead of challenging them, try saying, I appreciate you sharing your perspective. It's given me a lot to think about.
Okay.
It acknowledges their viewpoint while keeping the conversation respectful.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is just listen.
Yes, just listen and acknowledge different perspectives.
And you know what? Sometimes the best conversations happen when we embrace a little vulnerability.
Oh, tell me more.
Like, imagine you're at a networking event. You're feeling a bit lost instead of pretending to be super confident.
Yeah, we've all been there.
You could say something like, I'll be honest, I'm feeling a bit out of practice with all this socializing.
Right.
You might be surprised by how many people relate to that.
Absolutely, because we've all felt that way at some point. Yeah.
And it just brings you closer together.
Right.
It makes you human.
Exactly. It's like that shared awkwardness.
Yes.
So if we connect this back to the bigger picture, it's not just about words, it's about building relationships,
Absolutely.
showing genuine interest, listening actively, and finding those sparks of connection.
Those little sparks.
Yeah, that can brighten our day and maybe even lead to something more.
That's beautifully said. I love that.
So to all our listeners out there, the next time you find yourself facing a small talk situation, remember it's an opportunity
It is.
to connect, to learn, and to grow.
Embrace it.
Yeah, embrace those awkward moments. Ask those insightful questions. And most importantly, have fun with it.
Have fun and don't forget to practice.
Yes, practice makes perfect.
The more you engage in conversations, the more confident you'll become.
You've got this.
You do.
That's a wrap on this deep dive into the art of small talk.
I feel like we need a little trumpet sound effect or something.
I know, it's bittersweet.
It is. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and feel empowered to spark some amazing conversations.
Until next time.
Until next time, happy chatting.